I'm Bruce Marshall. This is the Brampton Now update for the week ending the October 24th, 25th weekend 2020. This is a succinct once-a-week hotshot of everything important that has happened in Brampton the previous week and what's coming up. Brampton, unbought and unbiased. Coming up, Halloween is on a lot of minds. The Mayor and Chief Medical Officer of Health on that. I'll have some activities to suggest for you for Halloween as well, plus some relief from the region on affordable housing problems. At least a little sliver of that is looked after. Details on that and more coming up in this Brampton Now update. The top stories this week in Brampton. Halloween on the minds of many. Most will have heard that the province is now recommending no trick-or-treating in Stage 2 areas. Mayor Brown on Halloween.
Well, the big topic this week has been Halloween, the provincial decision to cancel traditional trick-or-treating in the zones that are in modified Stage 2. But ultimately, the province made this decision. Dr. Williams made this recommendation to the Premier, and we have to respect that provincial choice. So in Brampton, we're trying to do our best given this decision, and so we're introducing a few interesting new additions to our Halloween celebration.
Details of the online offerings of the city will be available on the city's social media channels and website, 𝗕𝗿𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺Pumkin carving contest with cool prizes offered. The mayor went on to say,
just because traditional trick-or-treating is canceled, it doesn't mean you can't invest some time and energy into the traditional Halloween events of incredible costumes and clever pumpkin designs. And so here in Brampton, we're still trying to make Halloween fun.
Peel's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Lawrence Lowe, added this warning.
The province's recent Halloween recommendation aligns with our key message. To stop spread, we must reduce our in-person contacts.
In a moment, we're now 10 days into the modified Stage 2. Did the province catch it in time? Peel's Chief Medical Officer of Health with his take on that. Ahead on the Brampton Now update.
This is your invitation to hear our stories, to engage in our traditions, and connect with our history. Connections as varied as the land. Come experience our country's heritage. Find and book your authentic Indigenous experience at indigenous-canada.travel.
This is the Brampton Now update. I'm Bruce Marshall. Peel's Chief Medical Officer of Health spoke at the Wednesday Brampton News Conference. Did the province get things right? Did they nip it in the bud?
We are now 10 days into the new reality of a modified Stage 2 in Peel. And while it's too early to see the impacts of the province, our counts over the last 10 days show that the decision came at the right time to help stop further spread. Viral activity in Brampton and Peel remains consistent.
Dr. Lowe went on to say,
and high. And I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Our personal actions today mean more than ever. Shrink your bubble to just your family and essential supports, and stay home except for necessary trips for food, medical appointments, exercise, and car repairs. Unfortunately, that means we must also celebrate Halloween differently this year. Do get dressed up, buy some treats, carve pumpkins, and decorate your apartment door or front lawn. However, shrinking our bubbles and staying home regrettably means traditional door-to-door trick-or-treating is not currently recommended for our community.
And then Dr. Lowe went on to talk about the good news here in Brampton.
I see you wearing masks everywhere, keeping your distance, and screening your children before school every day. I see a community, a city that is banded together against disparity and disadvantage to keep each other safe.
In a moment, affordable housing is a big problem in Peel. The region with a small fix to part of the problem coming up on the Brampton Now update. I'm Bruce Marshall, and this is the Brampton Now Update. The region of Peel has offered a piece of the puzzle to the problem of affordable housing in Peel. The region is starting a program to help homeowners to renovate non-conforming apartments into legal conforming apartments, typically in basements of homes. The My Home Second Unit Renovation Program will provide up to $20,000 in a forgivable interest-free loan to eligible homeowners with some conditions on who it is rented to. This program is to bring current units that don't conform to code up to code and legal. The city's backyard garden program is coming to a close. Headed up by Councillor 𝗕𝗿𝗺𝗺𝗺, the program was mounted to help food security in Brampton and also to provide fresh produce to our food banks and food programs. Mayor Brown.
We had 6,000 residents build a garden for a first time. We had 10,000 pounds of produce donated to local food banks like Knight's Table, Regeneration, 𝗕𝗿𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗃, United Sikhs. Absolutely incredible. And I want to thank City Councillor 𝗕𝗿𝗺𝗺𝗺𝗺 who came up with this idea. And I want to thank the forestry team at the city and the social support task force for being involved in this initiative. It exceeded all their expectations.
In a moment, what's ahead in Brampton this week and the coming week. Plus, my Marshall rant with some ideas for you on how we can deal with this different Halloween this year. That's coming up on the Brampton Now Update. You're watching Brampton Now Update. I'm Bruce Marshall. This weekend and ahead in Brampton, Brampton Farmers Market is on Saturday. Details on the market and protocols at brampton.ca. This is the last Saturday for the market. The Downtown Brampton BIA hosts a Taste of Brampton, showcasing all that's good to eat in downtown Brampton till the end of October. Find them at tasteofbrampton.ca. Boys and Girls Club of Peel has started soliciting donations for the Christmas Hamper program. You can go to bgcpeel.org for info on how to help out. Doors Open Brampton has gone digital. Explore more than 20 unique places in Brampton from the comfort of your home for the digital Doors Open until October 31st. brampton.ca/doorsopen. The Journey Neighborhood Center with 2 Brampton program locations opened a thrift store in downtown Brampton. Journey Thrift is on Nelson Street near the YMCA. Brampton Music Theatre continues a fundraising contest called Catch the Ace. It's at bmtcatchtheace.ca. BMT also continues online training programs and concerts on their website at bramptonmusictheatre.com or like them on Facebook. Coming up, the Marshall Rant. Halloween. It's going to be different this year. I've got some ideas for activities next on the Brampton Now Update. I'm Bruce Marshall, and this is the Marshall Rant. Well, it's going to be a different Halloween this year. Earlier in this broadcast, I talked about some of the events that the city of Brampton has planned. Mayor Patrick Brown, once again.
We're going to have the craftiest costume competition. So for all those young people in Brampton, if you're under the age of 12, there's still opportunities to take home some candy loot. Everyone that is part of this competition is going to get a participation prize. We want to see some of the best costumes around the city. We're also going to have a pumpkin contest. So for decorating your pumpkin, we're going to be having prizes for the top pumpkins in the city.
And one thing I know many groups will be doing is spooky stories. So next week, I'm going to have a few spooky stories to post that I have narrated. But I've also created a spooky story factory. Now, if you can't think of a spooky story, I've got some ideas of things that could be in your story, like a floating head, or a dark, rainy night, or a blood-curdling scream. You can use the list to pull pieces of your story together as you go. There's a link to this document in the comments below. Next week, I'll also have a link to the classic Halloween radio play from 1938, War of the Worlds. Orson Welles and a cast of characters were redoing the classic for radio in the late 1930s, and they came across H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. The story was rewritten to happen in New York in the present day of 1938. The story of the scare of War of the Worlds is legendary. So next week, as we forge new ground for this important day for make-believe for kids, I'll have some resources here for you and a radio classic as spooky to listen to today as it was on Halloween in 1938. Got some ideas on things that spooky stories could include? Then please include those in your comments below. Got a spooky story suggestion? Send it to me, please. What do you think? Leave your comments below or get back to me. I'm Bruce Marshall, and that's it for this week. Please subscribe to the Brampton Now Update channel on YouTube or follow #MarshallMinute on Facebook for lots of Brampton need to know that you won't find anywhere else. Your comments and suggestions are always welcome, and if you've got a Brampton story to tell, get in touch with me through the channel you're watching on right now. Stay strong, Brampton. Brampton strong. We're all in this together. I'm Bruce Marshall. Thanks for watching Brampton Now Update.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.